Cook now to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Good run by Chubb on first down as he'll get about 6 yards there. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 69 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. What's good on the extra point? And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw is Fields. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Browns drive about to get started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 89 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
These two teams all tied after one. Chubb. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
A run for Nick Chubb. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done. I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Chubb is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Handoff comes to Chubb. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Fields. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Hardman on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
They'll roll him out right, and he fires one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Allen's throw pulled in by Schwartz. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Allen to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. A final shot before the break. Fields. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Following the penalty, Chubb. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 36. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And they'll go again with Etienne. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll run with Etienne. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. On first down, it's Fields. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Now a first down throw, Fields. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Fields. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Once more, Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it will tie our game here in the third. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a give to Etienne. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Fields. Throw left side, complete to Harry.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Fields on third down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Murphy used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The Browns on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be third and 5. Allen off the play fake. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
And, partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Big third down, a field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Here's Allen. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. And then
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Browns have moved out in front. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 12. Back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. He's back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that chance, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And with late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Second and 10. Allen. Finding Hardman. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are on the field?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Allen. Pass complete to Chubb. And he will get out of bounds to stop the clock as he picks up maybe 8, and that's all. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Allen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6.